What up, YouTube? Back again. That last video was pretty sad. I was pretty sad last night. But you know what? When you get sad, sometimes it's good to just be in that moment and be sad. Be the worst kind of sad you can be. That way you can get it out of your system, move on. And you really kind of grow from those experiences, you know? At least I grow from those experiences. Yesterday we were talking about my mom. But we're going to have to move on, okay? We got to talk about new stuff. Kind of want to talk about something that I've been doing this, almost, dang, let me think here. I can tell you exactly how long I've been doing this. I'm talking about keeping a journal. Now, when I was growing up, keeping a journal or a diary was for girls, alright? And it was something to be frowned upon if you were a guy and you were keeping a journal. People would make fun of you. But I've been keeping a journal, and let me look at my calendar here. It's probably been like a year and a half now. Every day. Keeping a journal every day. Now, keeping a journal is not easy. What was my first journal entry? I'm looking. I think I had my first journal entry like the first day I got my iPad. So I keep my journal on my iPad. Just kind of looking. Where is that first journal entry? Well, I'm just seeing September of 2011. That's not nearly a year. I think I started in July though. I don't know, I can't tell. I had two journal apps. The first one I started had like the front page of it. Well, here, I'll show you the front page of this one. The front page of it was pink, but it was the only like app I found at the time when I first got my iPad that had a lock on it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then a few months later I found this one and it was manlier, so I switched. But I had to like carry over. See, this is what it looks like. It's brown. I know I do this weird like color thing, whatever, but it's a free app. It's a journal app, and it's brown, manly looking. So for the dudes out there who are less likely to keep a journal, I encourage you to keep a journal, man, and women too, for that matter. It helps you keep track. And if me, for example, I don't remember things on a daily basis. You know, like I don't remember details of things that happened 2 months ago. It's just I don't have the brain space or the capacity for it, for that matter. And so, but I've always been like that. Honestly, I wish I would have started keeping a journal years and years and years ago. Really, I wish I had, because it would be so cool to be able to go back and be like, yes, at this date, I was doing this. You know, I mean, how many people can really do that if they're not keeping a journal? I really doubt there are not that many. So I've been keeping a journal, and it's been really helpful for me to be able to look back and see where I've been, see what I've done, and kind of try to grow a little bit from that. You know, learn some of my hard-earned lessons in life, from the mistakes that I made, from the successes that I had, and just from everyday life, you know, because sometimes everyday life is pretty mundane. You know, sometimes you don't have much going on, and that's okay. I mean, it makes for a boring story, but what would life be like if every day you did something exciting? Do you live like that? I don't live like that. Sometimes I kind of wish I do. But I'm such a media guy. Like I like to have access to the internet. I like to keep update on my stuff. Even though I do not have Facebook. Haven't had Facebook for a long time. And before I was keeping a journal, I can tell you that much. I haven't had a Facebook in a long time. And here's the reason why. Even though I am literally putting my face on the internet right now, it's under my control, you know, for the most part. Like, I'm videotaping myself at a point in time when I'm comfortable and I'm ready to talk. And on the other hand, Facebook, I watched a CNN, I think it was CNN, maybe it was MSNBC, yeah, that sounds about right, a few years ago, or maybe a year ago, and it was talking about Facebook and the privacy issues. People have gotten their jobs stripped away from them, straight up. They get fired for stuff that's on Facebook. And I specifically remember one lady, I think she was a principal of a school, and she had put stuff on her private message board or whatever, and it was set to private, but Facebook did some changes or updates or whatever, and you had to go back in and reset all of your privacy settings. And so the comments that she'd made just jokingly about some of the kids at her school became public, out in the open, you know, might as well be on the newspaper. And she got fired for that stuff. So I just don't trust that whole Facebook thing. And social media in general, I'm just not into it. You know, I'm just not into it. I mean, when I did have one, I was just getting posts and posts and posts and posts and posts of people just saying stuff. Do you get the irony here? I'm just kind of sitting here saying stuff too. But I'm not on your message board like spamming you with it. Like, you, how many people are going to see this video? 5? 10? Oh, 10 people are going to see this video? It's a huge day for Ray. Anyway, so I don't have Facebook, and I don't recommend Facebook. It gets you in trouble, man. Seriously. And honestly, for me personally, I find it difficult to move on from certain situations if they're like out in the public, you know. And what I mean by public is just like the people that you know. And I mean, yeah, the world can see it, but the people that you know that are in your life on a regular basis, you know, like that's the difficult one that you have to deal with. And I'm referring to an example of what happened to me. I was dating this girl, and I thought things were going really well, and then she broke up with me. And so you just kind of want those moments to kind of like fade away quietly without anyone really knowing about it. But dude, it is immediate. You know, like on Facebook, change your relationship status, you're gonna be getting some messages on there, you know. And that's exactly what happened. It just burned me out. I was like, dude, I don't really like people getting to know this personal information about me unless I'm willing to divulge it. So I got rid of my Facebook, and honestly, I don't care. I mean, it has not bothered me in the least. And I know some people use Facebook to connect with people from their past. Yeah, well, you know what? People in my past are in my past for a reason. You know, they're not currently in touch with me for a reason. Whatever the reason may be, you know. And sometimes it's totally benign, and it's just because, you know, I got a different job, or class was over, you start a new semester, and you meet a whole bunch of new people, and you don't keep in contact. But then again, you have the real friends in life, and I think you know who I'm talking about. Quite a few people have. There's true friends in life who can just hit you up one day on a text message, and you just pick it up where you left it off. You know? And it's good to have people like that in your life. But sometimes it don't work that way. Sometimes that last text that you sent that person is the last text you sent that person. And like, that's it. So, well, I talked myself in a circle. I don't even know what I was trying to talk about. Oh, keep a journal. Yes, keep a journal so you know what you're up to. And make sure it is locked. Because you need to get into the nitty-gritty. about what you do. Because it's yours. It's your journal. It is nobody else's business what you're into, what you're doing, okay, with your time. But you need to be honest with yourself. I mean, what's wrong with being honest with yourself? You might learn something about yourself, right? So be honest with yourself. Keep a journal. And once a year, go back and look at a couple dates. See how things have changed. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I'll see you in the next one. I keep messing with my little bag that holds this camera that I'm filming on. I like to zip it. It's got good zippers, man. Alright, that's enough. I'll see you.